at some point, as whether it's a cloud offer that you're putting out or a product, you've reached really your critical MVP for adoption, right?
Mhm.
And until then, you were putting out versions, you had early adopter customers, and you were putting out versions, and you'd come out with a further development of your core MVP, and you've been telling your customers you got to upgrade to this one now. And 4 months later, you're on this cadence, and you tell the customers again, you got to upgrade to this one now. And but eventually you've reached a product or an offer that's got a level of maturity, and it meets the use cases that your customers have. And so now you have an interesting problem on your hands, which is you want to keep selling your product and you want to keep attracting new customers and new use cases.
Right.
And so you keep going at new functionality. But in the meantime, you've now got an established customer base who's enjoying the functionality that you already gave them because it meets their needs. And now they don't want your new stuff, right? Now you got a little bit of a problem,
Mhm.
uh, because it's very typical what companies do is they'll look at the critical defects that have been found in the field. They'll look at the security vulnerabilities that have been discovered, and they happen all the time, right? That's an ongoing process. And they'll say, oh, I'll just fix it in the latest thing. I'll come with my new version that's due in May. We'll fix those things. But your customers are saying, hold on a second. I don't want that, right? I do want the security remediation. I do want the preventative. I want those critical defect fixes because I don't want to run into that stuff.
Mhm.
But I don't want your new functionality. I have an internal process, and my internal process involves evaluating, testing, planning my deployment. And I'm not doing that every 3 or 4 months with you, right? So I'm not taking your unproven functionality, but
Right.
want your right. So then your problem is that they've adopted a version that you put out somewhere along the way, and they want you to support them right there.
Yep.
And if you've got a rapid development, skilled agile environment, and you're just putting stuff out on a cadence, you can't support all that stuff. You can't be going backwards and fixing all those different versions that you put out. Now you get a problem.